Greetings, everyone. Greetings to everyone. All right. This is a questions video. All right. I'm gonna answer some questions here. I got about 1, 2, 3, 4. I got about 5 questions here. I'm going to answer. So let's do it. Sony Hyun 2 months ago. He said, Lashu, I have a question. Are some languages more expressive than the others? I always hear that this or that language's jokes or feeling is more vivid. Oh, sorry, more vivid in their native language than, let's say, English. Like, for example, Japanese can be described feeling better than English, or Cantonese is more colorful than Mandarin. Things more expressive. That's a good question. That's a good question. How can I answer that question? Definitely, they have. Yeah, it's definitely different in a lot of different languages. Like when it comes to jokes and certain expressions. Um, like I find that what's that language? What is that? Like okay, like I could use Spanish for example. They use like when they say things like it's cool and stuff like that. They tend to use family members. And they say, hold on, hold on. Let me turn this down here. They use it like in Spanish. They say padre, muy padre. Um, yeah, padre, muy padre. It's like very father, but it means cool. You know, they use the family members to describe something like a certain feeling or just that's interesting. Like obviously English we don't use anything like that. What's another language I use? Let me see. What's some other different stuff? We got Spanish. Certain languages use like what we do in English. Like when we call somebody a beast, we say, "Oh, he's a beast." He's not literally a beast. He's just good at whatever it is. He's a beast at is basketball, video games, anything, especially when it comes to competition or just anything that this person is good at. They will be considered a beast at it. You know, um, but like I said, we use that in English. I think the other languages like I believe Zulu, they use that type of stuff. What other languages? Yeah, but I'm not gonna go through all these languages, but yeah, definitely you have certain languages are more vivid. They have different they have different ways of expressing a certain thing. So yeah, it's different. I think it's yeah, a lot of the language, Japanese, like I said, Zulu, Spanish, but there are some certain things where that we also use in English. So that's another thing. That's another thing that makes learning different languages beautiful. To learn those different type of expressions. Like that's interesting. Why would you guys say "very father" for cool or something like that? But anyway, thanks for your question, Mr. Hune, Sony Hune, and let's move on to the next question. All right, the next question. Oops, hold on. What happened here? Oh, I see. Next question. Magandang umaga po, Guro Laoshu. Are you ever going to add a second level to the language courses on your site with one part, such as Taiwanese, Sierra Leone, Hakata, etc.? Okay, Lingoland, thanks for your question, sir. First of all, yeah, I'm definitely, all the courses will eventually have a second level, obviously. Now, there are some languages up on the website that don't have level 2 there, but I have them in my personal files. I just haven't lately. I haven't had the time to actually sit down and add them. And also, I had some other things going on with my website, and I needed help with that. And I didn't have anyone to help me with that. So that's why it's taking a lot of time. But yeah, sooner or later, you're going to see all the courses: level 1, level 2. You'll even see some things for level 3. Yeah, so definitely, all languages will have a second parts, definitely, and I will update you guys. You guys will be updated. I just got so much stuff going on. I haven't really had a chance to, finish up. I'm still in the process of finishing up certain courses I haven't had time to do. So, yeah, that's definitely coming. Um, Thanks for your question, Lingoland. Thanks a lot for your question. Next question, Mark Levinson. I just talked to you, man. How you doing? How you doing, man? See y'all. Hold your watch. Hold your. Yeah, that's funny. I just talked to you, man. By the way, I don't choose these questions. I have the guy that guy that edits my videos. He goes through my videos and he chooses these questions for me. So that's why I'm a bit surprised. So he says, "Hey Moses, how are you doing? Hopefully everything is going all right, and the family is good. I know that you do a lot of traveling to level up your language skills. My question is, how do you find these communities that speak the language you're learning? Thank you for your time." That's funny because we just spoke about that. Now, I know this question was from 2 months ago. I just spoke to this guy about this like a week ago. And yeah, sorry for this taking so long. I haven't been able to make these type of videos lately, but I'm back here. I'm gonna just go ahead and answer it again because we have a lot of other people watching the video, so they want to perhaps know how I do it as well. So you already know, I know that because we spoke like a week ago. But anyway, let me answer this. So what I do normally, like the language that I'm learning, like for example, Macedonian, I'll use that. That's my latest new language. That's one of them. So what I do, I just get on the internet, I'll type in like Columbus, Ohio, and I'll put in Macedonian restaurants, Macedonian grocery, or anything dealing with Macedonian, and I look at what pops up. If I see restaurants, I'll put that on my list. And you know, I'll make a list and say, you know what, I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna try this place, If I see cafes, I'll put it on my list. And then I'll wait for that time to come. And then I'll just go to those places. And it's easy if you have those already because you can just put the address in your phone and go right to the destination without wasting any time, without losing any time. So I just put them in my phone, and then when it's time to go, I just put it in my Google Maps. Bam! It takes me directly there. But I do that with all the languages. I'll search. Now, if I can't find anyone in the city, I'll search a close city or a close state and say, okay, what about Chicago? What about Chicago? I'll search that. And if I find a lot of stuff, I'll plan a trip to go to Chicago. I'll book my hotel and I'll go there and I'll spend the weekend leveling up. That's how I normally do it. Yeah, it's simple. All you do is search. I mean, go to Google, whatever city you're in, just put that city, and you know, if you learn in Spanish, or that's too easy. You'll be able to find Spanish speaker easily. But if you learn Ukrainian or something, just type in Ukrainian restaurants or something like that. You can even ask around. You can ask some people on Facebook that you know, like, hey, do you know? Or ask someone, do you know? If you could use Hello Talk, you can find a native speaker on Hello Talk and say, hey, do you know of what's the largest concentration of Ukrainians in the U.S.? They'll be able to tell you if they are very familiar with this country. So that's another strategy that you can use. All right, Mark. Thanks a lot for your question, man. I really do appreciate it. I really do. Oh, okay. All right. Next question. What's the next question? All right. I think this is the last question. Oh no, this is the second to the last. So Zainab Kasim. Hey Moses, I'm right now learning Arabic, nowhere near fluent. I also have a 9-month-old who I would like to be bilingual as well. Right now I just watch kids shows with him in English and Arabic and use simple words in Arabic like mom, yes, no. I don't want to confuse him, but am I on the right track? Any other ideas? I figured growing up that's how we learn to speak, is by immersion from Sesame Street, etc. Any advice? Thanks. Okay, I could have, maybe not. It was probably a similar question. This question looks familiar to me for some reason. It's like I feel that I answered already, but it's all good if I did. I'll answer it again. Thanks for the question, Zainab. It sounds like a Somali name. Are you Somali? All right, but yeah. I think when it comes to kids, I mean, it's good that you're trying to expose them around the language. You're trying to actually say some words to him and whatnot, and have him watch the TV where the language is spoken. That's good. But I think it's very important. It's very, 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 very important when like a child that young, you say, how old? He's 9 months. Oh, he's 9 months. He's still young. Yeah, he's still young. At that age, you're gonna just expose them, play some music, play something that the baby can hear, and you maybe have something on TV where they speak in the language. But also, I think if you could, you should, and this is what I plan to do with my daughters. You should find a school in your area. See if you can find some type of immersion school that you could put your kid in. I don't know what's the earliest age they start at, but you should find something like that for your kid, or you can get a babysitter, because the kids, if they need to hear commands, they need to hear that language, like, oh, they hear you speaking it, and as they get older, they hearing these commands over and over and over again. They start getting used to them, and then they will start producing the commands. That's how the kids learn, that constant exposure. So I think while he's 9 months, I think you can just I think right now it's good what you're doing basically. But when he or she gets older, as your baby gets older, I think you should look into, like, I'm talking, when I say older, I'm talking about like 1, 2, maybe even he's 9 months, yeah, about like 1 or 2. Because my daughter is like, my youngest daughter, she's 2. Try to look for some immersion schools, because that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put my daughters in some immersion schools and have them be exposed to like different kids, getting this extra practice. That exposure is very important. It's very important. And I'm pretty sure you'll be able to find something like that. I'm not sure where you live in that, but I'm pretty sure they have some immersion schools for kids, for different languages. So yeah, I wish you the best on that. You're doing good. I think what you're doing right now is good, especially for him being 9 months. Okay, that's great. That's awesome. So thanks a lot for your question. I really do appreciate it, and I wish you the best with that. Last question. What does 55,000 mean in your username? That's funny. You know what? To be honest, I have no idea. When I first, I'm going to tell you this. Let me go back a little bit. When I was about 18, when I first started learning how to create emails and whatnot, my first email that I ever had was laoshu50@hotmail.com. laoshu50 at hotmail.com. That was my very, 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 very first email address. And how did I get 50? I have no idea. I just chose 50 to be the number, and that's what I use, laoshu50. Now 55,000, I have no idea where the 5,000 came from. I always had 50, but I just added the 5,000. I don't know. Maybe I'll live to be 55,000. I don't I'm just playing. But yeah, that's all the questions. Mito Gonzalez, thanks for your question. Although it was short, it's all good. And yeah, so I'm trying to get back to my regular schedule. So that means like every week I'll be making like question videos like these. So if you have a question, just your question may get chosen and it may come up in the next video. But yeah, I'll be doing these type of videos every week. So yes, indeed. If you have any personal questions, just send me an email at the email address provided in the description, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So that is it. And thanks for viewing. And like I said, I'm back here. I'm back on the mic, and yes, let's get this money. All right, guys, take care. Good night.